Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the Sunday race press conference here at the end of the Brembo Grand Prix of Italy here in Mugello. Congratulations to our top three, Ducati Indo team rider Marc Marquez. It's win number 93 of his career for number 93 after a pretty intense early fight with Pecco Bagnaia. And second in the Grand Prix, BK8 Gresini racing rider Alex Marquez. And completing today's podium, what a place to do it for an Italian rider right here in his home Grand Prix for Terima Enduro VR46 racing team rider Fabio Di Giannantonio. Gentlemen, congratulations to all three of you. Mark, we'll start with you. Your winning journey in Grand Prix racing started right here in Mugello 15 years ago, back in 2010. Today was win number 93 for the 93. What a place to do it as well. In Mugello, your first appearance for the factory Ducati team. How special was today for you, Mark?
Yeah, super happy and proud to win with an Italian bike, Italian team, Ducati factory in Italian circuit in Mugello, because I feel during all weekend that for all the team was super special, and I feel part of the team, and then I had this extra concentration to fight for the podium. That was the main target, but then I saw that during the race that it was possible that victory, and yeah, today after a normal start we did a great fight against Pecco and Alex, and yeah, the second part of the race was a bit more calm.
Talk to us about those first few laps, because they certainly were not very calm in that battle with Pecco and with Alex. We saw some contact very early on. I mean, and how tough were those fights, Mark?
Yeah, I was trying to manage the tires, because on that first 5 laps everybody know inside Ducati that that's of a rear tire. If you push a lot in the beginning, then you will struggle in the end, and in fact on that fight we push a lot the tires. When Pecco overtook me, I saw that he was pushing a lot, and then I tried to manage the way to be super close on the last lap to lead the race, because on the same time it was important to be in front for the front tire, because if not overheat and was super difficult to manage. But then when Alex overtook us, I saw that the race pace increased, the race pace was another one, and then I tried to find the best way to follow him and to attack him, and just lead the race.
So many years, of course, you were the enemy of Ducati when you were at Honda. How special was it today at turn 12 in front of the Ducatisti, taking a leaf out of Jorge Lorenzo's book, planting the flag in the gravel? I guess that's a moment you never thought really would happen, Mark, in your career.
Yeah, it was nice, and yeah, I fight a lot of times here against Ducati. I remember 2019 against Petrucci and Dovizioso, but today was a bit easier with that extra power on the straight. I mean, Ducati engine is working super good, and yeah, we did I was not thinking at the time, but then it looks like a Lorenzo style, but because it's like a Ducati territory, Ducati corner, and yeah, we celebrate with that Ducati flag, because it becomes a super important year, and a super important brand. Only in this 2015 I'm feeling super good.
Mark, an amazing performance all weekend. Congratulations. We'll come on to Alex Marquez at second place. Alex, it's been a strong weekend. Second in the sprint yesterday, second today in the Grand Prix. I think you said that maybe you felt that there was a missed opportunity today. You thought maybe you could take some points away from Mark. So talk us to your race today.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, really happy. I mean, about our second. Today was important to give our maximum, and especially to not make mistakes. I mean, where I started in a really good way at the start, the race, I was trying to manage the tires as Marc did it, but in that moment I saw that they started to fight with Pecco quite hard, and in that moment I said, okay, I don't want to go in that fight. I want to wait a little bit to save some energy. But then when I saw that the pace was quite, I would say, slow for the overtakes, and I had the opportunity, I say, okay, now I need to go for it. When I overtook Pecco in turn 3, I say, now put your pace, you know. I know that I should maybe pay that on the last laps, but in that moment was my strategy to push in that laps and to be in front also for front tire. And yeah, I do it quite well, but Marc was better than us. I mean, as I said, it was a track that before to coming here, I know that was a good opportunity to take more points than him, but he was better than us. But you know, for our championship also we were better than Pecco, and we have more points on the championship. So we put their second in the championship in a really good way, but we need to keep focused. So it was a really positive weekend for us.
You almost had contact yourself with Pecco after the collision or the contact with Marc. I mean, how close was that for you? It looked really close.
Really close, and especially it was so risky because I was not expecting that collision between Pecco and Marc. And in that moment I saw it that they, especially Pecco, he was like stopping in a really fast way. I said, okay, pick up the bike and go. So I saved in that moment the contact. I was able also, luckily, to overtake Pecco in that point. And yeah, luckily nothing happened. That is the most important thing.
Alex, another brilliant weekend for you and the Gresini team here in Italy. Congratulations once again. Finally completing the podium then in the home race for VR46 Racing. It's Fabio Di Giannantonio. Fabio, I think you've probably dreamt about this moment for so many years in your life, but today that dream has come true. How does it feel to be an Italian rider on the podium in Motogp in Mugello?
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, you grew up watching Motogp races and watching Vale and Capirex, Biaggi being on the podium with Italian riders being on the podium with special helmets, special liveries in front of an amazing crowd with all the fans down on the straight on the podium. So you see it as a real dream. And today when I was fourth and I was like 5 laps till the end, I said every lap like, not before. Today is not a before race. So I pushed till the end. I gave everything, and it paid off because at the end we did a quite aggressive overtake to Pecco, but it was the only way to overtake him because he was really strong on the brakings, and we took this podium. It's fantastic for me, for us, for the way we are coming back to the top form that we lost in the last few GPs. And also gives us a super motivation for the future, for the next races. We must continue like this, and for sure I want to close the gap with these guys in the front. Was there a moment you thought you may be able to catch Alex late on for second place, and just talk us through the emotions of standing on the podium in Mugello? Valentino's been here this weekend, that must have been super special. Yeah, well, my race overall has been long because as always we don't do a super qualifying. So now we say with a couple more laps maybe I could catch Alex, but the true thing is that I have to start more in front. I have to start maximum in the first 2 rows if I want to fight with them, because for sure you do a super comeback, you push the bike, you push yourself to the limit, but it's not the way to win the races. At the end, if you want to fight with Alex when he's in top form or Marc when he's winning races, you have to start at least with him or with them. So we need to improve this one. But yeah, as you said, the feeling on the podium was fantastic. I wanted to stand on the pit wall, the pit lane wall, with other people down. I wanted to feel that kind of feeling, and it was amazing. I remember that I had all goosebumps down on my leather suit. So for sure it's a day to remember this one. Fabio, enjoy these celebrations. I'm sure they'll go long into the night this evening. Marc, Alex and Fabio, congratulations. Thank you. Once again to all three of you. We'll take questions, please, now from the media. Thank you.
Hi there, Matt Oxley from the Oxley Bomb Motogp podcast. 2 questions for Marc. One about now, one about the past. Now, at the beginning of the season, you were having a lot of trouble with the rear pushing the front and losing the front. Have you made that better on the GP25, or do you just ride around that issue? And about the past, which of your 6 championships was the most difficult? Thank you.
About the championships, maybe the most difficult one was 2016, because I remember that we started not so good, but then we were able to manage. I will say 2016. Then about you say, it's true that the team is trying to help me to try to understand that first laps in the sprint race and main race with the new tires, but in the end the rider is the one that can make the biggest difference. So it's there where I try to adapt a bit my riding style, try to be more focused, try to be more precise on that corner entry on the very last part. That is where I crash normally with the new tires, and we did a step there, but still when the tires are used I feel better. But with the new tires right now, the most important is that I'm in a very close level compare Alex and Pecco, that are the strongest guys in riders in Ducati.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Adam Wheeler for the Paddock Pass podcast. 2 questions. First one to Mark. First of all, congrats for the milestone. You've won a lot, but you've also had some hard times in your career. Can you understand or have some sympathy for maybe Pecco's moment, where it's, he's obviously struggling a little bit?
Yeah, about the Pecco's moment, it's true that he's trying everything, and as we see today, he pushed a lot in the beginning, maybe even too much, because when I was following him, he was pushing a lot the tires. Maybe it's the only way to do, because when you are struggling, then you are fighting against the bike, and you get more tired, and the lap time is slower. So, but as we see this weekend, Pecco has been fast during all weekend. Today he had problems in the last part of the race with that, maybe with that soft rear tire that we need to check on data, but the tire consumption, I think, will be high for everybody.
And then Digia, you were really strong obviously later in the race, and the move on Pecco was really nice.
Thank you.
Could you also see how your setup maybe is working a bit better for you right now than compared to him?
What I say is that Pecco he has a beautiful way of riding the bike. For sure, he has been the benchmark for us in Ducati in the last 4 years, and his main strongest point is the braking, but his little weak point is that when he loses the braking, he is a bit like without weapons, let's say. So this year seems that he's struggling a little bit with the setup of the bike to feel free to do what you want to do with the bike in the brakings. So on the last part of the race, like when the front starts to move a lot, you have used tires front and rear, and maybe you have to use more areas of the bike. Today he was suffering a little bit, and I took the opportunity. Just this. Then I don't know exactly about the setup, but what I was seeing from the back, it was this one.
Hi, Dimitris Diatsidis from Greek TV. Question for Digia and another for Marc. Digia, why you were the only one of the 3 factory riders to use the new fairing, and for Marc, why you didn't use it?
So for me it was easy because the delivery was much better on the new aero. So it was better for the pictures.
Just, it's true that with the new aero, still we need to investigate a bit more the bike balance. But my 2 main opponents for the championship, Alex and Pecco, are riding with the old one. So with the same weapons, I feel better. So I don't want to make. It's true that I will keep trying next races in Assen, in the other one. But first of all, we need to find the correct balance. But if I have some small up, I just try to have the same weapons like Alex and Pecco.
Michel Turcot, Motor Revue. 2 questions for you, Marc. One about the tires. The choice of the rear tire was a question mark, or it was clear for you that you can race with the soft one? And about your fantastic weekend in Qatar, you said it was not a turning point because it was the start of the season, but it was an important win because Qatar was not one of your most favorite track. Is the same of this one. So how do you rate this weekend? Is it more important, this victory more important than the others because Pecco was somewhere and Alex also favorite?
Yeah, I rate this weekend as Qatar. I mean, unexpected victory. Is that kind of tracks that normally you need to defend, but I was able to attack and to take even more points against Alex, that is the main opponent at the moment, because he's super constant, super fast, and he has a very strong points, especially on that right fast corners. About the first question was, sorry? The tire, no, was clear. Yesterday after the sprint race was very clear that was the soft one.
Hi guys, Frank Winning from Ziggo Sport. A question for Alex and one for Marc. First of all, Marc, you were just saying that the fact that Pecco was quite aggressive in the first stages of the race, you said maybe a little bit too much. Do you think that was the wrong strategy to start the race?
No, I think for him was the best strategy, and I already expect a very aggressive Pecco because I recheck a bit his last victories here, and always he lead from the beginning until the end. So he feel very good when he's in front. So I know that he will try, but today just maybe miss a bit that speed. But he did a very good first laps and was the correct strategy. And in the end, is racing. And but when Alex overtook us, he was faster than everybody on that part of the race.
Okay, thank you. And Alex, yesterday Pedro Acosta said the two Marquez brothers are a step above the rest, and Pecco is the first of the normal riders. Do you consider yourself not a normal rider anymore, and did you have any problems with the front tire?
I consider me Alex Marquez, same one like always. I mean, I improved this year, yes, but I mean, first of all, I want to say thanks to Pedro if he said this. I mean, it's always a pleasure for a really good rider that they said this. I just try to make my job in the best way that I can. I just try to give my 100%. So no, I don't consider like magic. You know, yeah, I'm the same one. Like always, I try to work. I want to do the things in a really good way, and I have a good package. So all the ingredients are there to make a good season.
And the tire, front tire?
Front tire?
Front tire. Did you have any problems with front tire overheating?
Little bit, you know. I compare them. I'm struggling maybe a little bit more when I'm behind somebody, but you know, I was trying to not to be really close to Marc. I tried for 2-3 laps, but then in that moment I start to suffer a little bit, and I say, okay, I need some gap to not suffer like this, or to not make the mistake, or to not cry. So I decided to be there and to just try to manage until the end.
Simon Patterson from the race. Firstly, Alex, when you find yourself in a battle like today with Marc and Pecco, do you find that you have to race differently against the two of them because of their riding style, because of the championship position, because one of them is your brother?
No. I mean, it depends in which moment of the race is. But you know, I didn't have until the point that I attack a really clear moment to attack them. You know. But when Pecco did the mistake in the last corner, in that moment they were in parallel in the straight. I took a really good slipstream because it's not for me was, I don't know why, difficult to overtake them. And in that moment I said, okay, now is the time. You know, if you have the opportunity, try to go for it. Then Pecco was a little bit better in turn 1, and then I recovered the position in turn 3. But you know, when I saw it that was a clear move, I did it. But until that point, you know, for me it was like a battle just to destroy a little bit the tires and to use energy that was for nothing, but was my strategy, you know. Dependent rider strategy is different.
And to both yourself and Marc, it looks like after what we saw today with Maximo, you have found a bit of a diamond.
Yeah, Maximo arrived in the championship with a very good energy, good mentality. That is the most important in a young talent. Good family around him, and we are very happy because most of the people say no, it's the Marc's young talent, but it's both of us and Vertical Group is supporting him. We are a team, and yeah, this kid, as you wanna say, teenager, is have something special, but now he need to enjoy it. He need to do the mistakes from a young talent. He need to burn all that moments in World Championship, but especially the most important is he need to be aware about all social media, good comments, because the feeds on the ground is the most important for a young rider.
Cosimo Curatola, MOV, question for free, congrats. And I wanted to ask you about the crowd booing on the podium, what you think about this, and also, just for Marc, how was the feeling for you when yesterday Davide Tardozzi started to fight with the crowd, to say, stop, he's a red one, and yeah, thank you.
Yeah, in the end, I mean, it's one of the years that I feel in a better way. So in the end it's something that we cannot control, I cannot control, but I appreciate a lot the gesture of Davide Tardocci that tried to defend. Davide in the end is not defending, in that case defending me, but he is defending the Ducati riders, and can be me, Pecco, Bastianini, Miller in the past. So he is a really good team manager, and he was defending me yesterday. He was supporting the guys that were cheering Pecco, because in the end is good also, and was nice for the other riders that the local hero that here is Pecco, they are singing the name of Pecco and Bagnaia, and this is good. Booing in the end is something that we cannot control, but today, for example, when Alex go out on the podium, also they were booing him, some of them. Alex have only the surname, he didn't make anything wrong.
Thank you.
No, that's you. That's about Bogo.
I mean, little bit, but as Marc said, the people is free to say what they think, but the most important thing for me is to be in the podium, to make the job done, and to go to another race.
Here, I'm Jarcio Baldi from Brazil, ODSP. A question for Alex. Oh, sorry.
That's not a problem, huh? Yeah.
Bye-bye.
If you want, I sit with you.
I didn't realize. Sorry, Digia.
No problem at all. No, for me it's much easier the answer. For me, I was just having a lot of fun with our fans. Luckily, well, I still don't have an anthem. I don't have booze, so I'm just enjoying there, having my time. So it was a good podium for me. Nothing against the crowd, just having a lot of fun. Thank you.
Jarcio Baldi from Brazil, ODSP. A question for Alex and Marc. Alex, do you think that as your brother and the GP 25, they made a perfect pair? Né? Do you think that you have strength and machinery to fight for the title, or just be the best, do the best, and wait for some DNF of Marc? And Marc, do you think that Alex, he is a real title opponent of you, or a faithful square, Sancho Panza?
Sure.
Well, I mean, to fight for the championship, with a guy like Marc, never is easy. I mean, he's in the factory bike. We can't forget that I'm in an independent team with last year bike. So this is the first thing. But later on is Marc. He's 8-time world champion for something. It's not that you win the championship there, in the Panini. So maybe for some people I win 2 in the Panini, but it's not like this. So it's like it is. It's always tough to fight with him. My strength point is the strongest point for me is to be constant and to not make mistakes. And as I said, when we have the opportunity to beat him or to win him, I will try for it, and I will try it as I try every race. The people are saying, you don't attack him in the same way. When he's the faster, you can't. You attack the riders that are in front if they are slower. If they are faster, you don't have the opportunity to overtake them. This is the first thing. So I will try my best. I will try to make my championship. I will try to be every weekend there and to make my job. And later on, we'll see what will be the result.
Yeah, I mean, being a factory rider, you have the pressure to fight for the championship, especially if you are in Ducati, because it's the best bike on the grid. Then Ducati is riding with the Alex is riding with the previous bike, and in the Ducati factory team, we are trying to put some new items to increase this advantage. But even like this, Alex is riding super fast, and I want to say, and I need to say that it's only the 9th race on the championship, but I'm in one of my best moments of my career. Alex is there, so means that he's one of the tougher opponents. He's my brother, but he's one of the toughest opponents I found in my career, because he's super consistent, super fast, and have a very good balance in all the circuits. So at the moment I'm enjoying that sweet moment for Marquez family.
Here in the back, Guido Venman from the Netherlands. Question for you, Marc. It's a 2-in-1 question. 15 years ago you got your first GP victory here, and now 15 years later you have 93. How special is that? And of course you were mentioning already Maximo Quiles. The fact that he's done it the same way as you, with the first pole in Le Mans and then the first podium in Silverstone and the first win here, that is even more special, don't you think?
Yeah, it's numbers. I mean, as you say, 15 years ago my first victory here, and the 93 victory here in Mugello. So, with Maximo same, first pole position in Le Mans like me. England, his first victory was in Donington. Now he is Silverstone, first podium. Sorry, good coach, and and now his first victory here in Italy. So in the end, is numbers are numbers, and sometimes I don't believe in something more than we are here, but sometimes looks like somebody managed that numbers.
And then can he copy all your numbers?
Don't put pressure, don't put pressure. I mean, don't put pressure to the young talent. In the end, he will have his career, and both of us, we will try to support him in the best way possible.
Thank you.
Here, Gianmaria Rosati, Motosprint Italy. A question for Marc. Marc, I suppose that you dreamed about this first victory with the red leather in Mugello. So, about the taste, about the atmosphere, was it better? Was it worse compared to your dreams? Tell me, thanks.
I mean, it was what I expect. I mean, all the team with a big smile on the face, and everybody enjoying. And yeah, also today was really nice on the parade. We stayed there on the Ducati grandstand. I mean, it was what I imagined, and yeah, we are coming from Aragon. That was one of my home tracks for Spanish riders. But we arrived here. That was the home circuit for Italian team, Italian bike. So was even busier weekend than the past one, but it was super nice.
Hi guys, I'm here. René Pierotti, Moto.it Italy. Questions for all of you. Can you describe your feeling with your bike with one word?
Sweet.
Flow.
Perché la mia fa i capricci, cioè... woman. Tough, you know. I'm not saying bad or good, Tough.
Okay, I think the media are happy. Marc, Alex, Fabio, congratulations once again. We'll see you in Aston in 4 days' time.
Tutti a Fabio.